This Kick It Dicey is a D&D podcast about dudes being bros. What adventures will they get into? Only time will tell. Like the name suggests, this podcast could get dicey. Content warnings can be found in the episode description. Hello, and welcome to This Could Get Dicey, a D&D podcast where a group of buds get to unwind from their 9-to-5s and step into the world of Drew Gala. My name is Destiny Nieto, I play Loomis Bjorn, and before things get a little too dicey, I just like to say it's a beautiful day to take a refreshing dip in a pool.
Ooh.
Little cold, little fresh
cold.
spring water.
Look, fresh spring water on a hot day, but not unbearably hot like how it has been.
Where'd you go?
Barton Springs.
I'm so jealous. I've been wanting to go.
Felt great. It's a nice 99 outside, not like 110, so it's a little bit
crisp.
more bearable.
Crisp autumn 99.
Yeah,
really nice.
I'm really excited to go, like when it's like really cold outside, and do like an ice plunge and just like hop in, hop out.
Is that
Yeah.
allowed?
Oh yeah,
Yeah, it's
they do it.
It's
like
actually Barton Springs is actually free from like October through the winter. Like,
Oh.
Yeah, and
so you
every
can just, like,
every New Year's Day they do the polar bear plunge.
Could not
Yeah.
be me.
I
That
think it's
shit's
so
cold
cool.
as hell.
Well,
No
I
way.
It
used to
feels
have a-
great because it's usually kind of warm
Yeah.
still.
Right. It's like you can. Well, yeah. New Year's here. It's not like cold, but I know someone
I
who.
don't know what you
used
guys
to,
are talking about. Our winters have been pretty bad recently.
Well, February's awful, but January's basically still fall.
I'm also curious what it's like to like jump into a pool where the water temperature is technically warmer than the air outside. I don't know.
Oh,
like
like
you
a
think
heated
the
pool?
spring itself is probably cooler.
Because the spring is constantly
warmer.
like moving, it's
Yeah.
it's pretty much gonna maintain like its normal temperature. So like, I mean, even if it gets like 10 degrees cooler, if you go jump in there when it's like 50 outside, it's probably still. I don't know. I don't know
Okay, yeah.
enough about thermodynamics.
I don't know either, but I knew a person who used to swim at like 6 a.m. in Barton Spring every day, even in the winter. And I was like, oh, wow, that sucks. But I guess maybe the temperature wasn't that bad.
No, that's bad. No. No, I don't know what you're saying. Like, obviously, we don't have like Midwestern winters here, but like, it gets cold. You're really
Yeah, in
downplaying the fact that,
February.
like, no, our winter runs from like January to February, January and February, December through February.
All I know is I wore a total of 3 sweaters last year. And so I don't know, Becky.
Okay,
try-
well, some of us don't turn on our heater, so I wear sweaters all the time in my house. So I don't know what you guys are talking about. I make it winter in my house, but
The last house I had, and I had no choice but to make it winter or summer. Hi, my name is Alex Villarreal. I play Ellis Vindove, and today is a beautiful day. I didn't really have anything to say today. To do some free-form stream of consciousness poetry writing.
Oh.
okay.
Just short sentences, whatever's in your head, get it on paper. Supposedly it makes it easier to write. I've
Yeah.
been trying to do it.
I type it on my phone real quick. I got a note that's like 3 years of just like random ass poetry.
It's crazy how sad it gets very fast. It's like, it's warm outside today. Today is hot. Who am I? What am I doing?
What is this heat inside of me?
I don't do it. Destiny, do you write?
No.
No, I don't either. My ideas are game related. And a lot of them, I think I have 5 game ideas in my phone. Stream of consciousness. 3 of 5 are about raccoons, I believe.
Nice.
I journal, but that's
That's different.
That's
similar
writing.
but different, I guess.
No, I mean, like, technically what I'm doing is like, I mean, I'm trying to like maybe format it in more of like a like stanza or something, but like any sort of writing, journaling is writing.
Then
Yeah.
yes, I write.
Yeah, that's writing. You're literally putting pencil to paper or whatever. Or
I recently
fingers
came
to
across some old writings from when I was like 8th grader and like through like sophomore year, and I was like, "Damn, brother, you've been pretty bummed for a while."
Yeah, I don't want to look at those. I don't want to find those. I have like a whole drawer in my desk. I think of like, there are memories here that
Same.
will live there, and I will not look or touch them. And I know that's not healthy, and that Marie Kondo would be like, throw it out.
How can
Yeah, well-
you? That's rough.
Throw it out.
Marie Kondo's not here.
Yeah, how could you just throw it out?
Gotta say thank you and pass it along. You know? That's what she says. You say thank
Yeah.
you for what you have offered me. Goodbye.
I like doing that with clothes.
Yeah, I'll do that with
Yeah.
anything else, but my own writing, no thank you.
So you have all of your writing?
Yeah, this filing cabinet right next to me is full of just like old writing for decades.
Damn.
I can't throw it away. Hi, I'm Kenny Chilton, and I play Emil Mazak, and it's a beautiful day to buy a new suit.
Ooh. Is that what's in the
Ooh.
Macy's bag behind you?
Oh, I didn't know you could see that. Thanks for asking.
What color did you get?
Black is for a friend's wedding.
Absolutely.
I need to buy a suit, or I want to buy a suit.
Well, if you're gonna do it now, because when we're recording this, there's huge Labor Day sales. I got an $800 suit for $200 today.
Wait,
This
how much
episode's
was
coming
the...
out at the end of October.
This is for Becky. Hey, sorry, audience. This is for Becky. To help my friend Becky. This suit and this bag, 3-piece suit, and
Uh-huh.
it fits well. It was
Good.
$800, but I bought
Oh.
it for $200.
That's what I'm talking about.
Wow.
Suit. Destiny and I were looking at suit stuff the other day. We were a little shocked by the prices. Like, I knew a good suit cost that much, but like, holy shit.
Holy shit.
Yeah, that's why I was like, I have to go today. There's no choice. I have to
Well,
buy a suit.
guess what? Labor Day's over now.
No, tomorrow. I'm sure you can go tomorrow. It'll be fine.
I can't. But nice try, but no, I cannot do
trying.
that.
The last time I needed a suit jacket, I literally went to the mall and I went to Dillard's and was like, nope. And then I went to JCPenney's and I was like, no, I think I went to Macy's. I was like, nope. And then I went down to JCPenney's and I was like, here's where the people like me shop.
Yeah, it's not hard to get a suit that looks good if you don't know what you're looking for. I have no idea what a good suit looks like.
See, I gotta go to I gotta go find like a non-binary, like queer person place,
Yeah.
because like men's suit jackets are like, are you square?
I am shaped like a rectangle. So it's like it
Yeah,
works
I'm
for
not
me.
so much, so that's like that won't work. And then like women's ones are like, do you want your boobs to protrude in weird ways and be like accentuated? And like, how about we give you a hips if you don't have any? It's like, chill out. So if in October people hear this and they know of a good, genderless suit company, let me know. Hopefully I'll have a suit before then, because wedding's coming up fast.
It's coming.
Hi, I'm Becky Schmader. I'm the game master for This Could Get Dicey and keeping the tradition alive. It's a beautiful day to start your second playthrough of Baldur's Gate 3! Pew, 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 pew!
What can't you doing a sorcerer this time around?
Sorcerer, which is really, I'm not a sorcerer person. I've never played a sorcerer before in anything. I'm like more of a wizard person than a sorcerer person, but the charisma appeal is just too high, and it really is making a difference in the playthrough. So
I'm sure. I find myself being like, I don't know if I wouldn't play like a paladin or a bard or a sorcerer just because I want that charisma.
I've heard the bard is really fun to play because of because basically every like background or class, like they'll have options sometimes in dialogue of like bard and then say this sentence or whatever, and like the bard ones are like typical bard things, like really snide comments or flirty or whatever, and so I've heard they're fun. The sorcerer ones are like whatever. So
It would be cool if they had, like, I was talking to about this with Olivia today, that if they had like a little mini like like side mode where you can like get dropped into like a blank square arena and fight fight random things as all the different classes to sort of like test things out, mostly as like a D&D player, to be like, I've never played this monk subclass. I would love to play it in Baldur's Gate 3 for like, let me just fight a bugbear really quick to see like just like to see what it's like and be like, ooh, that sounds cool. But then I guess you could just like play a D&D one shot too. But
yeah, you could also respec or just play for like 5 hours.
Yeah,
That's true.
So, but yeah, it's great. It's a great game to test out new classes and things that you maybe wouldn't try out. But
Becky's played so much Baldur's Gate that her NBA 2K skills are starting to drop because I beat her 1-on-1 last night, which never happens. I'm
Guilty.
worried. I'm officially
guilty
worried.
as charged.
Yeah, because Becky is a basketball girl.
Actually, yeah, it's like her number one game, I think, actually.
1 year it was, yeah. In 2020,
That's right.
that was my top played video game.
Yes, when we were in the pandemic, we had nothing better to do.
That was true, and it was like post Last was Part 2. I was like in a weird headspace. I was like, I don't want to consume anything with a plot after that, and so it was like, cool, you're gonna play 6 months of NBA 2K then. But yeah, my Baldur's Gate hours are pretty high, but not compared to other people on the internet. Pretty low.
Yeah, it's true.
Pretty low. And with that, enough about Baldur's Gate 3, I guess. We shall play some Dungeons and Dragons now. Last we left off, our adventurers, the Squirrels Foolies, if you remember, had decided to play hardball with Elizabeth Levex, wanting to show that they were the hot commodity and that Elizabeth needed them more than they needed the court. The standoff ended with taking every table within the Squirrel's Folly and creating a communal table for breakfast.
Forgot about this.
Never forget.
Oh my gosh.
Elizabeth joined them at the communal table before they all headed off to the Court of Outlaws hideout. So you all lost. I'll remind you all that you lost and eventually succumbed to Elizabeth's ask, I guess. I'm just going to put that out there. I won. You lost.
Congratulations.
It was a whole episode devoted to the standoff. It matters, Alex. You all have...
I was there.
You all have now walked inside the hideout, a large cavern with branching paths and sort of rooms dug out of the side of it, light that creeps in from cracks in the stone ceiling. Looking around, you see that there's movement all around you. Off to one side, there's a room carved into the side of the cavern, table set up with folks sitting, drinking, and chatting and gambling. To the other side, another room carved from the wall, and there are people like shooting arrows into targets and practicing their dueling. It's lively, it's exciting. People nod at Elizabeth and you all as you make your way in further into the main room. Do you all do anything here as you're being brought into the hideout?
I think Ellis is just kind of trying to maybe like post up like sort of a tougher facade, you know, trying to like not necessarily like mad dog people, but just like he's not being his normal like smiley, wavy. He's trying to look like, yeah, like I belong here sort of a vibe.
I'm taking the alternate approach. I'm like straightening up this loner suit that I'm wearing so that I look even more professional, but also mechanically I'm tracking what they do, like whatever door or whatever situation that we just came in, like are they locking it, like what's the situation on escaping?
No, nobody locked the door. You're kind of just like in a cave right now. Knowing your exits, there's only just the sort of doorway you all came through, which was like a winding path into this main cavern. So that's the only exit that you know of, but there was no lock on it.
Loomis would like to just survey the surroundings and try to see how many people are in this hideout, seeing that, as you just said it, that there's no other exit or entryways. Just kind of trying to, as quickly as they can, familiarize themselves with this hideout. Like, oh, that table's there, this is there, and then how many people are in there.
Go ahead and roll a perception check.
Nope, 5.
You're maybe a little overwhelmed. You can count sort of the people in these areas. There's probably, like 10 people kind of floating around, but That's all you can kind of pick up as you're all sort of moving through here. Elizabeth sort of, shows you this like main cavern, then guides you to the left. And she guides you past the makeshift sort of tavern that they have there. And you head down into another winding hall carved from water from there's no water now, but as caves are carved from water. I don't know how I said it that way. You head down this stone path, passing doors, until you come to a door that's a bit grander than the others, a little larger, a little bit more sturdy. She pulls out a ring of keys and is about to unlock it, but then she kind of stops and looks at you all. We've talked a little bit about coming into the inner circle. Is this something that you all are ready to do?
We're here. Yeah, I mean, when opportunity knocks, let's open the door.
This is just a verbal thing, right? Like, we don't have to, like, do anything or pay anything. There's not, like, a contract we're going to sign. This is just, like, a word-of-mouth thing.
There's a bit of a ceremony, I suppose.
One of my least favorite words, ceremony. Say a little bit more, Elizabeth. I guess we can just see, I guess.
Yeah, why don't I just show you? She takes the key, unlocks the door, and brings you all into this room. The room you enter is round. A large brazier hangs from the ceiling. There's cubbies that line the wall, like you're in like a mailroom almost. Hooks that hang from other parts of the walls. On the hooks are like lockets, necklaces, medallions that all dangle from them. There's chests of varying size and decoration. Everything has a little label next to it. You can see various names on each of the cubbies, above the hooks, carved into the chests. This is what it means to join our inner circle. All of these cubbies, hooks, chests, items around this room represents a member of our sort of inner circle. Someone who might still be here, someone who might have passed on, someone who has decided to move on to a different line of work even. To join the inner circle, you must give up something, collateral, if you will, and it will live here forever. You give up something, you gain the court. You gain the resources, the knowledge, the protection, all of it. Everyone who is beyond just a normal bandit or thief or outlaw who is part of our ranks has something in this room, even me. She strides over to a hook on the wall you see above it, says Elizabeth Lovax, and a locket dangles from the hook. She puts it in her hand, sort of staring at it for a touch longer than you would imagine she kind of wanted to. And she lets it go and sort of looks at you all. So that's what this ceremony is, I guess. You say a few words and hang an item on a hook or in a cubby or in a chest for it to stay here.
And it's here forever.
It's here forever, that's correct.
Damn, this is a lot more sentimental than I thought it was gonna be. I kind of start patting like I don't really carry a lot. I'm just like, I don't really have a lot of stuff.
Yeah, it can be whatever you want or wish, as long as it's something that you value. It could be the name of a loved one, a trinket of value to you. It could be a vial of your blood even. Whatever it is, we put it in here, never to be returned, only to be used if we deem it to be necessary.
Even if it's just like a word?
If the word carries a lot of value and weight to you, we use these items as a collateral for if it's never happened in my time as a leader. It could be, though, that you betrayed the court, ratting us out, spilling our secrets. It could be killing a fellow member of the inner circle. Things happen on the outer circle. We're not going to wag our finger at that one. It's not something we take lightly to use these valuables. If we start to undervalue them, then what happens to our own pieces of collateral, We may be a group of criminals, but we have respect for our traditions and each other.
So this is if shit hits the fan, this is your sort of rainy day fund for, need some money, need some some valuable like I'm trying to like scan around the room, like are there like am I seeing like weapons? Am I seeing like magical, like am I seeing like wands and staffs, or like what, like I obviously Elizabeth pointed to like a locket, but I guess when I see the locket I'm like, other than a monetary value to be like sold and to get coined for the court, like I'm trying to just gauge like what are their goals with these items, like.
Sure. Go ahead and roll a investigation check.
18.
None of it's really monetary. Like a lot of the things you're looking at, you're like, this is kind of like garbage almost, and pieces of paper stuffed in some of the cubbies, like journals. These are things that, like, if you screw over the court, that's like, if it's a name, they're gonna go find that person that you wrote their name down. If this is like something very sentimental to somebody, well, now you don't ever get it back again. These are kind of pieces like that they're really weighing, like, you're joining a family, you're maybe like losing a bit of a piece of yourself, that kind of thing. But yeah, it's definitely more less financial stuff, more like, you screw us over, we're gonna screw you over somehow.
I turn to Emil and Loomis. I go, damn, I just thought it was gonna be like a membership fee or something. Do y'all have, like, I don't know, what, I guess we're all gonna have to do this out loud. What do y'all think?
I feel that it's different for all of us.
I know what I'm gonna leave already. I can go first.
Yeah, I don't know what I'm gonna leave. I guess, yeah, whoever feels comfortable to go first.
I don't know if the two of you have noticed, but my hands have started to change shape. I'd point out on my hands, like, the veins that are all kind of bumpy and raised up, and my fingers have become, like, the joints have become a little more knotted. Just the other day I was, trying to take off my wedding ring to try, get all the, like, ooze out of it from the mansion, but was having trouble even getting it on and off. It really made me realize I'm like deep in this. This is what we're doing out here. This is like my last shot. So, I might as well leave this ring. I wrestle off my wedding ring. It's good collateral for you, I think, Elizabeth. And, it's if I return home, I'm gonna have some explaining to do anyways. So, I might as well just leave this now.
She takes it from you. Yes, wedding rings are quite often used here. And she takes it over to a little cubby, and she takes out, or she like grabs a quill from nearby and writes your name on the little tag, and puts your ring in the cubby.
Who all has access to this room?
Just me. I alone hold the key to it.
Alright. I guess this is just one of those things that, like, I worry that you're not gonna think it's like... Have you ever rejected somebody's offer before? I feel like...
I mean, if someone walks in here and is like, this is my lucky gold coin, and gives us
like,
that, then sure, we're like, try a little harder, but...
Here's like a hot dog, like, it's just like, whatever, like, right?
Right.
Well, for you, that might actually be...
a can of mustard.
Okay, judgy. I guess I stepped forward and I was like, I spent a lot of time alone over the course of this past decade. I mean, like, obviously I've made some pretty cool friends now, and I've known a few different, groups of folks over the course of that time, but a lot of that time was spent alone, and it was just by myself, and I didn't really have, gosh, this sounds so sad, I guess I just didn't really have a lot of friends for a good chunk of my time, and I pull out my flute, and I'm like, this kind of was my only friend, and I've never had another one. This is the first one I was ever given. I don't know if this is good enough, but I'd like to give you my friend my flute.
That seems good enough to me. She takes it and puts it in a cubby and writes your name on it, or on the cubby label there.
This sucks. I like that flute.
Then it's good collateral, I guess.
If I give you a name, do I have to explain it?
I guess a little bit, so we know if the... I mean, hopefully the person's kind of alive when it's a name, so...
So it can't be someone who's passed.
Typically no, as collateral, the person needs to be alive, so if we needed to, we could threaten them, things like that.
Then I'll give you this. And Loomis, just rips off their necklace that they have. But as they are giving it to Elizabeth, I'd like to use sleight of hand to take out what's inside of the necklace.
Okay, go ahead and roll sleight of hand.
That will be 17 plus 6.
She does not notice.
23.
Okay, yeah, she does not notice as you take whatever's inside of the locket and pocket it. She takes the necklace, though, and puts it on a hook, kind of on the wall where her locket was, writes your name on a little tag above it. So these are your items, and now we say a couple phrases to sort of, really make it a ceremony, repeat after me. I gain knowledge, I lose innocence.
I gain knowledge, I lose innocence.
I gain protection, I lose distress.
I gain protection, I lose distress.
I gain the court, I lose this offering.
I gain the court, I lose this offering.
I gain a family, I'm alone no more.
I gain a family, I'm alone no more.
And with that, these words are true. With this offering, you gain the court. As an ally, as a family, we look out for each other.
Woo! It's... I mean, obviously, I dig the aesthetics, dark and dreary and cold and stuff. But is this like a happy thing?
Oh yes, I mean this is very exciting. You
all right.
I will let you know. I mean, let's get down to some logistics of. There are not a lot of people in the inner circle right now. There's probably about 12. 13 probably now that you all are in it, so.
Yeah, if I remember correctly, we killed or seriously maimed some of your people in the woods. Are there going to be people in here kind of mad that we're here?
No, and if they are, I'll tell them to stop, people come and go kind of in that, listen, we're here in this room. There are pawns that we use. There are people who just need a job. There are people who just want to do thievery and banditry and things like that. Those are kind of the people that you killed. And I know that sounds really bad to say that, we're a family and all of that, and yet people die and stuff. But the inner circle, had you killed one of those members, that would have been a little different because then you sort of facing the other members of the inner circle. So you didn't kill any of those people.
Being involved in the inner circle, does that mean we get to learn the other members of the inner circle? I'm sure a lot of these names I probably don't know, but I don't know. Anybody we would know? She she goes around and kind of points at the other items that match up with current inner circle members. None of them are of note. She kind of goes around and is like, this person's not here right now, and this person's on a mission over here or whatever. 2 names she says they're here right now in Mistfall, they might be in town or they might be in the cavern with you all. Those 2 names would be Eliana Trev and Teddy Blanche.
are two people who are still in the Mistfall area at the moment.
We don't see Timber's name on the wall.
No, Timber is not a secret member of the inner circle of the Court
He
of
steps out of
Outlaws.
the circle. He steps out of the circle.
Hello.
Land.
It's just out of the dark. It's just like a carrot. That's his item or something.
No, he's our god. Sorry, yeah.
Oh.
With that, we can go back to my office and we can discuss this job if you all would like.
Yeah. Is just like sort of logistics standpoint, is this spot like cool to? Are we kind of like free? No, I guess not this room, obviously, because you only have the key to it. But like just the hideout in general, is this now like a? If we need to sleep somewhere, we can like come hang out. We can come hang out here if we need to be like a home base.
Oh yes, absolutely. There's, a kitchen. There's sleeping quarters. There's, small supplies like arrows and lockpicks, things like that. But yes, you all are full-fledged members of the court, so come and go as you please.
How do we identify the other people of the inner circle?
It's kind of like a when you know kind of thing, I guess.
That's not very helpful.
It sure isn't. But no, we don't really have any sort of like identifiers. I guess it's just me telling you that Eliana and Teddy are in the area, and I mean I can describe them to you. It's a olive green tiefling and a pale white elf. So if you run into them, and as they come in here, I'll tell them that there are 3 new members to the inner circle as well. But no, we don't really have any sort of calling card, I guess.
Obviously, part of the I assume part of being part of the court is being discreet and shit. But like how, I think we've had enough conversations, that I like to talk my way out of situations. On a scale of 1 to 10, like, how stupid is it to, like, drop? Like, you don't want to mess with me or the court's gonna get you. Like, like, how bad is it to, like, name drop the court?
Oh, you can name drop us all you'd like.
Okay.
And if you need
That's
backing
cool.
up, then, there's a cavern full of bandits ready to help you out.
I imagine there's some, like, sort of, somebody walks into, the Squirrel's Folly and sets it on fire, and they're just like, I'm untouchable. Like, eventually, like, I imagine there's been people in the court that you've had to maybe remove and snuff out for acting a fool, or...
Yes, there have been some people we've had to snuff out for being a fool, and certainly don't go in and burn down the Squirrel's Folly,
I was talking about a meal, but,
What?
I would
I've never burned a place down. Wait, we've been over this. I'll burn them down financially, for sure, if we need to.
Sure, totally fine. But, yes, but like I said, we've never had to use the collateral, I guess. So the inner circle's been pretty trustworthy. But, there are members in the outer circle who act a fool sometimes and tell them, take the green scarf and get out of here. Oh, I guess you do get green scarves now. That's
ooh, green
I already have
scarves.
some.
okay.
Oh, yeah, that's awkward.
Well, let's get out of here and go to my office then.
Hey, y'all. Sorry for the interruption. I'm just a little bummed out. I was talking to the local town jerk, and he was saying that it's stupid to support your favorite podcast. And I said, no, it's not. It's really easy to support your favorite podcast. You can do it by, like, going to your favorite podcast app, and if they have a rating system, you leave a rating. And if they let you write something, you should write something. And he was like, no, that's stupid. That'll never work. I was like, are you kidding me? I mean, you can also go to, their social media and like for us, it's like at TCG Pod on Instagram and TikTok, and you could tell them about all the cool content you can find there. And he was like, that's the dumbest thing I've ever heard. And then he had the fucking gall to say that word of mouth is the dumbest form of advertisement. And I said, you are wrong. Word of mouth is the best form of advertisement. It's easy. You're talking to a friend, and your friend is like, man, I'm bored. I don't have anything cool to listen to. And then you're just like, well, what about this podcast? If you could share this podcast with a friend, that'd be really, really cool. We put a lot of work and time and effort into it. We would love it if you could check it out. Well, you're already checking it out. If you could share it with somebody, that would be sick too. Anyway, the ad breaks are going to be like this from now on. Let's get back to the episode.
She guides you out of the office, or out of the collateral room, I guess, locking the door behind her, and guides you further down the hallway that you all were in until you reach a room or a doorway at the very end. She brings out, again, her keys and unlocks the door. Bringing you inside, she starts lighting up candles and lamps around the room as an office of sorts is revealed to you all. A large desk, papers strewn about it, a few chairs to sit in, a few bookcases with trinkets of books and potions sitting on them. On her desk, you see the tome that you all retrieved, and she invites you all to sit.
We do that.
Now let's talk
Loomis
about
stands.
this. Okay, great.
On the ceiling.
Very contrarian.
Now let's talk about this job. We have a benefactor. We've perhaps mentioned them before. This benefactor pays the court a good sum of money. We accomplish tasks for them. Simple enough, a very back and forth relationship. But we're no fools, and it's time for us to learn who this benefactor is, because we don't know who this person is. They're an anonymous benefactor. And money pays for discretion, but we look out for our own, and we want to know the hand that feeds us. Now, that's why you had to be on the inner circle for this one. We can't just use any old people to figure out who this benefactor is. That puts us at risk. This is a dangerous sort of mission to figure out who this person is. They obviously are powerful. They're obviously gathering powerful supplies. This benefactor asked us to retrieve the plant matter, asked us to make it appear to be an accident that was lost in the woods. They had hoped we would have stopped you collecting the plant matter. We managed to fake that one a bit. They're behind the wood golem in the woods that protected whatever that was in the stone ruins. They asked us for this tome. We've retrieved it. They've asked us to deliver the tome, and that is the next piece of this.
Ooh.
I will be taking the tome on an exchange in Vinzor. There's a ball that is happening there on the first day of Hallowmoon, which is the next month, everybody. On the first day of Hallowmoon. My exchange is to be happening there. I don't know if the benefactor will be there. I do know that with eyes on me and the tome, that I would hope that you, being unknown entities within the court, might be able to be to our benefit, and that you all might be able to find information around this exchange as it's happening. If we go, the exchange is successful, and we find some information on the benefactor, then we split the pot, 250 gold pieces each. I will be heading to Vinzor sooner than later and laying low, and I will meet you all there the day before the first day of Hallowmoon, if this all seems like a good job.
And if we don't find any information on the benefactor, then no harm done, right? You've done the drop, and you make the money. We just don't make any money.
Exactly. No information is sometimes information in itself, so that might be of our benefit as well.
That was a fucking cool thing to say. So I know we were unknown as members of the court, seeing as how we were inducted 20 minutes ago. What if we are relatively well known outside of the court in Vinzor? Is that okay?
I think that could be okay, even more to our benefit. If you're I assume you maybe are talking about yourself. If you're well known within Vinzor, then assumably people wouldn't think that you'd be doing underhanded dealings and things like that.
Yeah, that would be bad. I definitely don't want that to happen.
So it's to our benefit that you're well known as a sort of clean-handed businessman, so to speak.
So let me get this straight. We go through this whole rigmarole. We do all this, we do this mission for you. Your people try to kill us. Blah, 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 blah. We try to get you to sit at our table. We have to go out into the woods. And then we go back, and then we make a really big table, and somehow that works. Now we have to do this big ceremony. And we get our first mission, and our first mission is to go to a party? You should have just led with that, immediately.
Well,
let's go to a party.
Well, I could have let go to a party, but, this whole thing with the benefactor's discretion, I couldn't let
if you
know
had
that
said
part.
there was a ball involved, I would have been in a long time ago.
Damn.
A long time ago.
I thought the first mission was gonna be like, now go assassinate, like you're gonna like Manchurian candidate us or some shit. I could go to a party. I can go to a party right now. Is there any parties from now to a month from now that you want me to go to?
I don't think so. No, I don't think so. I guess I should have mentioned it was a party sooner, but again, discretion was needed. You know, I can't let anybody know that we're looking to find out who our benefactor is. If that gets out, and our benefactor finds out that, Elizabeth Levax of the Court of Outlaws is looking to understand who the benefactor is, I mean, that's just a target on my back.
That's fair. So obviously this is like not a full double cross on, I guess our benefactor. I kind of like nudge Elizabeth like, but in learning about this benefactor, I mean, obviously, like, you know, info is always good, but like, what if we, and I'm specifically I think ever since Ninoxus told me that like there's something big brewing, like there's a big thing happening. I'm like trying to just keep my eyes open, and obviously this benefactor seems to be very powerful and they want a lot of info and stuff. And I was like, I asked Elizabeth, I'm like, what if it turns out that you know, this benefactor is bad? I don't know. I imagine morality is a topic of discussion here. What is good, what is bad, and stuff like that. But what's the follow-up to info about them?
I guess that depends on what the info is. As far as morality goes, I mean, we here, most of us are from Mistfall, right? Like, let's just start there as a sort of example of, we're all prideful of our home of Mistfall, and we don't want bad things to happen to our city, right? Like, we all grew up here, our families are here, you know, this is our city. So, you know, if something were to be like, oh, this person's big plan is to send a bunch of these robots, I guess, onto automatons, whatever, onto the city of Mistfall, then it's like, that's bad. Let's figure out how we can work together with, I don't know, the City Watch or whatever to stop that. That's kind of how morality works within the court. You know, if they're really bad and they're going to blow up another city, maybe not our problem, but now you know, and you're allowed to do whatever you want to do if you want to act on that, but maybe it wouldn't be with the court's full resources.
That's fair. I mean, I think also, I imagine y'all are very profit-centric, so if a bunch of robots invade a city and burn it to the ground, then there won't be any dealings to do left in that city.
Exactly.
Okay, so it's kind of a case-by-case basis. Neat, okay. Well, is there we have like a pizza party or something to celebrate?
Absolutely.
Anything?
We could go to the tavern, Eric. Well, first, let me give you your scarves. I know you said you have some, but, you know, you should get some nice, fresh, clean ones. And she opens her desk and pulls out 3 forest green little scarves and hands them over to you, waving them a little bit. And we can go to the tavern and have a few drinks with the group to celebrate, wind down for the evening. I don't know what time. It's actually the morning. Just kidding. It's like 10 a.m.
Do we have to wear these scarves?
No, it's just if you want to.
Oh, good.
He says that as Ellis is putting it around his head like the Karate Kid. and he's like slowly takes it off and puts it in his pocket.
No, please. It's just the color of suit I have on right now, which I don't remember, does not match with this scarf, I'm sure.
Sure. No, by all means, you don't have to wear it. It's just kind of if you want it or need it, then there it is.
Cool.
While we're walking over, Elizabeth, can I ask you a question?
Absolutely.
So if you're the only one with the key to this room,
Yes.
Was there an Elizabeth before you who kind of, you know, how did you get to be in this position?
Yeah, who watches the Watchmen, huh, Elizabeth?
Sure. I'm the current leader of the Mistfall branch of the Court of Outlaws, and if I were to perish or turn against the court, If I perish, then I die, and the inner circle sort of votes amongst themselves for the next person to move up the ranks. If I turn against the court, then the inner circle would use my collateral against me. Perhaps a trial of sort of depending on what the act is. Assumably I die, and then the next superior kind of gets voted up into the rank. They get the key, so on and so forth.
You kind of dipped my question there. Who was the Elizabeth before you?
Oh, right. Yes. Becky definitely wrote that down.
Okay. You don't have to have an answer. I'm trying to read Elizabeth to see if this is related to her locket. I'm just trying to get some collateral on Elizabeth.
Okay. Yeah, go ahead and roll an insight check.
19.
Yeah, I mean, she tells you some of the history of the court and kind of talks about like the politics of it, and you do not think that the locket is related to the predecessor.
That information leaves my head instantly.
Okay. Yeah, I was like, okay, yeah, we can figure it out. Yeah, and then before her was this person, before them was that person. Yeah, you all go to the tavern area. Is there anything you all want to do here while you're hanging out with everybody?
Just lock down my coin purse.
Yeah, sure.
It's not getting swiped. And can we get a vibe? Are people cool with us? Like being here?
Yeah, go ahead and roll perception or insight as you all kind of like sit down. Elizabeth is with you all too. I mean, she's not just like dipping right away. You know, she's kind of like going up to the tavern keep person and getting some ales for you all and sitting down.
I rolled a 19 perception.
14 investigation.
Yeah, Emil, as you all sit down, you notice that, like, I mean, everyone's kind of, like, just excited that, like, there's new members and, like, oh, they're part of the inner circle. Like, that's cool. Like, you know, they, I think, know of you all in passing from, like, oh, these are the 3 people who've been causing problems for us a little bit. But they're happy that you're on their side now and not, you know, gonna blow up the hideout or whatever. So yeah, overall, like, the vibes are good and exciting, and it's 10 a.m. and people are drinking ale and happy to be doing that.
So are we all together still just walking around? Or has Elizabeth left at this point?
You're all kind of just, like, in this tavern area. I think, you know, you hang out for, like, 10, 15 more minutes, and then Elizabeth kind of is, like, mingling with other tables and checking in on people, and then maybe, you know, 25 minutes pass or whatever, and she, like, heads back towards her office.
But before she leaves to her office, I'm assuming she's just kind of showing us, like, and this is where we play this card game, like, just kind of giving us a tour of their hideout, I guess.
Yeah.
Loomis would like to ask, Elizabeth, is it a frequent occurrence that one of your pawns, I guess as you called them, moves up in ranking into the inner circle, or does it happen more like how you offered us a seat?
It depends. You know, people come and go again on that sort of outer circle, the pawns, if you will. So it's, you know, looking for someone to pull up from the ranks, looking for devotion, talent, things like that. And that's not always common. You know, 30 people might walk in the door. One of those might rise up in the ranks. I'd say that most of the other members right now of our inner circle have been with the court for years now, and they were, I believe most of them were pulled up from our ranks, but it's not super common that we pull from outside, but you know, if the right people come around, then we want to welcome them in and you know, get those talents to be of our own.
And you said, at least in your time being in the court and in the inner circle, that no one has betrayed the court.
Correct. Yeah. Not on the scale that requires the use of the collateral. You know, sometimes you know, if someone just lets something slip, especially people who don't even have collateral, you know, then it's just like just kind of kill them or get, you know, throw them on a boat down the river, sort of thing. But no one in the inner circle has seriously betrayed us.
I feel like Ellis feels like kind of kind of awkward. I think he's used to being in, obviously, like, you know, like, obviously this is like a tavern area of this hideout, but he's used to being in, like, you know, kind of sort of out in the open, and this feels very, like, dimming of, like, his own, like, sort of personal vibe. At least that's, like, the vibe he's taking it. So he probably just finds, like a table with his ale, and once, you know, we get a lot of pleasantries out of the way, like, just kind of finds himself just sitting and drinking, like, not really, like, scowling or pouting or anything, just, like, kind of just taking it all in.
Emil's gonna sprinkle through the crowd as he's meeting people, kind of like faking it, but also feeling it a little bit, some power, and say to people, like, there's a big mission coming up in Venzor soon. No, let everyone know, Venzor's Varieties is off limits. No jobs done there. That's from the inner circle.
Okay, yeah, everyone's like, oh, yeah, of course, yeah, I mean, you know, same thing, like, you're in Mistfall, like, you know, we don't really, like, mess with the normal average city folk if they don't mess with us, that kind of thing.
Oh, good. Okay. Yeah, as you were, at ease.
Okay. Cool.
I'll go join Ellis.
Yeah, Loomis is sitting down with Ellis as well.
Cool. Yeah, you all kind of hang out for a little bit. You're free to leave the hideout, like, whenever you want. You don't, like, you could go back to the Squirrel's Poly and drink if you want to. Like, you don't have to stay here. Like, Elizabeth, you know, after the tours and before heading to her office is kind of like, cool, like, that's it. See you day before first day of Halloween in Venzor.
Yeah, just one last checkup, like we're good? We're good until then?
Yeah, I mean, if you need me, you know, I might be here. I might not be here. But yeah, otherwise, that's my plan is to head down to Venzor and start working through kind of the details of this exchange.
Did you say that? Did she tell us what her details of the deal is, or she hasn't figured that out yet?
She hasn't figured that out yet. So it's really like she needs to go kind of like scout the area, scout like what's going on. So that's why you're meeting like the day before the ball in Venzor.
Did Ellis and I notice Loomis take something out of their necklace or no?
Roll, I guess, like retcon, roll a perception check.
They rolled a 23 side of hand, is that correct?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Alright, if I roll an 18 or high. Nah.
I rolled a 25.
I rolled a 10.
I rolled a 19 plus 6.
So yes, I guess you did notice, Ellis.
I don't bring anything up while we're inside of the hideout.
As we're sitting down, Loomis asks, Are I just gonna stay here the rest of the day or move along?
Yeah, I'd rather not. A lot of these fools seem like chumps.
Yeah, honestly, I can't believe we were afraid of this organization.
And also, like, Elizabeth isn't here anymore, and I like hearing Elizabeth talk, and she's, like, kind of pretty, and she's not gonna be here anymore, so I don't really feel super obligated. I mean, she's in her office, but I don't want to, like, bug her.
You just stand in the doorway, like, staring at her, like...
I'd like to just look around for, lock-picking tools and anything we can... she said we can, like, take stuff. So if there's anything of use, we might as well look around for something.
Loomis, help me carry this table.
Yeah, is there, like, a lost and found?
Yeah, it'll go well with the super table.
Yeah, there's kind of like a supply and, like, armory sort of, like, room off to where, like... to like the right side of the cavern, so you kind of like wander around, see where the like sleeping quarters are, and there's sort of like private sleeping quarters that you all get since you're part of the inner circle. So you're special, you get kind of like your own little room, small, but your own little room instead of sleeping in like a communal barracks kind of thing. But there is a supply room, and there's sort of like a quartermaster there who, you know, he's like, oh, what do you need? So yeah, you can go into that room if you're looking for certain things.
I just want lock-picking tools. and a cartographer's kit.
Okay. Yeah. It's like a dwarven man with like red bushy hair, and he's like, "Oh, I'm the quartermaster here at the hideout. We have plenty of tools at your disposal, so sure, of course." And he rolls up a thieves' tools kit and a cartographer's kit and hands it over to you.
Thank you. Thank you.
Of course, yes. Welcome. I've heard some of the new members of the Inner Circle. Congratulations. It's a big thing. I'm not really like the Inner Circle, but I'm like, I got a role, like I have a job here.
Yeah, that's cool. What's your name, bud?
Charles. My name is Charles. I forgot. It's Charles. Yes. Or Chuck.
I forget
You can call me Chuck. Sorry. I got nervous.
It's okay. Sometimes I forget my own name.
What's your name?
Ellis Vendove.
Okay. Of course. Yeah.
I mean William. Just kidding, Chuck. Is it just from what you've seen? Because you probably kind of know everybody. Doing your thing.
Yeah.
Have you ever seen 3 people get inducted into the Inner Circle at one time, or is it more of like a one thing?
Usually it's like a one-off. Sometimes it's like a class of like, hey, you've all been killing it on jobs, come on in. But it's it's been a while since multiple people have been inducted brought in at the same time, I guess.
Cool.
Yeah, pretty cool. Congratulations again.
We appreciate it. We'll be stopping by here in case we need any more supplies. Chuck.
Thank you, Ellis.
Yeah, so go. I'll remember you till the day I die. And I turn around and walk out.
Okay, so I think we're leaving, and I'd like to open up the map that I'm assuming came with the cartographer's tools, and attempt to use the tools. Maybe I'll just know this information. How long of a trip is it to Venzor from Mistfall? Is my first question.
It is about 3 days by boat, because you can take the river south from Mistfall.
Mm-hmm.
So it's 3 days by boat or 6 days on foot.
Oh shit. Okay. And then what day is it?
It is, I believe, the 18th. So there's about 2 weeks until the first day of Hallowmoon, and about a week out till the professor's back at the academy.
Okay. So we got a pretty tight 2 weeks here. A pretty loose 2 weeks. Well, it seems like we just got some time to kill. I don't want to go back there, really, at all. I'd like to spend most of my time in Mistfall while we're waiting for your professor friend, Loomis.
Yeah, and don't you have some suits being made?
Yeah, they're not ready till Sunday, unfortunately, and I think today's Thursday?
Yes.
Oh, absolutely. I do not want to hang out inside of a cave for a month. That sounds like my own personal hell. I would love to go back to the Squirrel's Folly. Yeah, we could just kick it too. I mean, we could even pick up, if we're trying to make some more scratch, I'm sure we could find some sort of work to do between now and whenever your professor person comes.
I don't want to do any jobs, honestly. I just want to relax.
That's crazy. We can just relax.
Yeah, we've got a week. I've got some small things I want to, accomplish, but maybe some more time in the library. But honestly, I don't want to get into anything messy until we get into something really messy. And speaking of, Venzor, obviously I'm from Venzor and my family's there. I'd like to go, a day even earlier, if that's okay with everyone. Just meet with the professor and then hop on a boat and try and get to Venzor with a day to spare.
I don't know about the boat thing, but yeah, we can definitely get there sooner than later.
Is boat the only way we can get there?
I was gonna lie to you, but I'm really bad at lying. It's not the only way, but it's the fastest way. 3 days.
How long would it be if we got a horse?
I think 6. Based
What
on
if
my...
it was a fast horse?
I don't know.
I've heard of these fast horses.
Yeah, I don't know, man. I think
they're electric.
I think boat's the way. Jeez. Yeah. You do have to stop and recharge them, though. It's annoying. I think boat is the way, and I can knock you out or something. Whatever you want to do to make it bearable.
I want to see that try to happen. Loomis, is it like what? Obviously, water bad. But what if the boat's like a traveling like a big passenger boat? It's like a big house, like where you could probably position yourself inside of a boat where you wouldn't even have to see the water.
Becky, I'm expecting a Carnival cruise ship passage
Going down this tiny river.
during this. Just a
Perhaps
heads
not
up.
that big, but maybe like a Mark Twain steamboat heading down the river, that kind of thing, like a big paddle boat.
I think it'd be best if one of y'all try to knock me out, and then I just wake up on the boat, and then I'm just kind of stuck there. It's more of the water, obviously, but I get a little seasick.
Yeah, we can make this happen, Loomis. I know where we can get 100 bandits to help us knock you out.
I can't. It's really fun. Literally, our itinerary at the moment is do nothing, talk to a professor, knock Loomis out, and go to a party. Having a job, hey y'all, having a job is fucking easy. I've never really had a job before. This is
You
awesome.
don't do anything all day. You just kind of just mess around. And every 2 weeks, you do something.
I would have gotten a job a lot sooner.
I am gonna do another push for everyone to get suits, though. If we're going to this ball,
I got a nice jacket.
I was talking to you.
I guess if we're going to a ball, I'll get a suit, but it's not going to be matching.
That's what I'm fucking talking about, Loomis. Yes, sir.
Wait, it's not gonna be matching?
Ours aren't matching either. I don't want it to match. That would look weird.
I thought y'all bought matching suits as a uniform.
They don't match, though, right?
I think it was just like the concept of the suit
Yeah,
as the
yeah.
uniform.
But we didn't both get a dark green suit. I'm going dark forest green suit this time.
Wait, you got Dark Forest Green too?
God damn it.
No, I just got a black suit jacket to like kind of go with my red pants and my black and red boots.
With red lining and stitching, and on the lapel he wants a dragon embroidered.
That's right.
a dragon. That's badass.
That's so badass. You're right.
I'm gonna look like Ryan Gosling and Drive.
That's what I was just thinking, too.
Same.
Cool.
I guess I wasn't really paying attention because I didn't want a suit. I fully assumed you wanted matching suits.
Can I pick the suit for you?
No.
cream colored.
I'm thinking buttercream. Like,
I'm thinking velvet. I'm thinking off white.
you would. I've said this before. You would look really good in like a mellow yellow.
Piss.
Well,
I don't think yellow goes with my skin complexion.
Cream. Well, I imagine we're doing all this as we're
Yeah,
like
that's-
walking like through the forest out of this cave.
Yes,
I
yeah.
will say this walk through this forest is much better than the last walk we took through this forest, where we were fucking exhausted on this same exact walk.
It's true. It's very
Oh,
nice.
yeah.
Yeah, it's a nice brisk, wind crisp. Midday as you all walk back to Mistfall.
As we're continuously walking back to Mistfall, Loomis would like to ask the group, so what are your thoughts on the inner circle? I feel like we should discuss it, just the three of us.
My thoughts are, it seems like a productive means to some end. We're clearly in the middle of something big, that, at least bigger than we intended. It's nice to have information. It's nice to be kind of on the inside of what's going on. My eye is on the prize for myself, and I'm sorry if that seems selfish. My priorities haven't changed, but it's nice to be on the inside.
I mean, I would say on my like list of like life goals, joining a criminal organization wasn't anywhere near the top of it, and I'm still not super stoked about it, especially because it seems like it's like a very blood in, blood out sort of thing. Even if they say like, oh, you can leave I feel like it's one of those things that like, you're gonna get a knock on your door and you're gonna like, I haven't heard the court in 50 years, and they're gonna call upon you sort of thing. Maybe not, but I also, shit, before I really met y'all, I wasn't really doing anything. So I mean, I guess like, oh, structure is good, even if it's criminal.
What do you think, Loomis?
to be honest, it didn't really seem all that bad compared to going into it.
Yeah, agreed. Like, getting a business license in Venzor is tougher than it was to join the Court of Outlaws.
Yeah, it seems pretty lax for this group of horrific criminals.
I'm still curious to see how far this name will carry us. If it seems like some of the higher ups in Mistfall seem to be openly meeting members of the court at lunch in the most popular obviously this isn't as some secret covert operation. They seem to just be just a group of movers and shakers.
Yeah, our introduction to Elizabeth was when she was hired by the Academy in Mistfall. It's not and people know who she is. Maybe it's a secret that we're members, but it's not going to be a secret for long.
I'm just worried about, walking into a new city and being like, "Hi, my name is Ellis Vendove. I'm in the Court of Outlaws," and then I immediately am and just thrown into the back of a cop car, which obviously wouldn't be that blatant about it. I'm excited to test the waters.
Yeah, and it kind of seems that they have a hand in a lot of things, in the sense that they're probably paying off people in different cities to have this protection that we just gained.
I'm a little worried about losing our Squirrels Foolies kind of marketability in the umbrella of this larger organization. As often happens to smaller enterprises. But I think honestly, y'all, I think we are actually more. This is maybe just ego. Maybe it's just my ego. I think we're a little more put together than the whole Court of Outlaws. I feel like we are better than them.
Okay, all right.
They all,
Okay.
a swarm of people come out of the woods and start stabbing you.
Becky, you said that they're not allowed to hurt other court members, so that can't happen.
Unless you slander or betray or...
What I mean is, reading your faces, and what I mean is that I feel more confident about the three of us together than I do about however many of them were in that room.
Oh, yeah. I mean, technically we're Court of Outlaws on paper, but we're Squirrels Foolies por vida. You know what I'm saying? We're going to be Squirrels Foolies till the day I die.
Yeah, I understood about half that, but yes. I'm reading. Your energy is good.
All right, well, let's go get lunch, I guess.
Learn to knit.
You all head back into the city of Mistfall. It's about an hour trek back in from the woods. You all make it back. You have a week until the professor is at the academy ready to take their meeting with Loomis. That is where we'll end tonight.
All right.
Hardened
Welcome
criminals.
to the Court of Outlaws.
I'm happy to be part of this criminal group. I'm just
always
happy to be
wanted to be-
here. I always wanted to be part of a criminal organization.
Is this how they induct people in The Sopranos, Alex? Is this how they do it in the Italian mafia?
I was literally about to say, as somebody who's watched a lot of mafia movies, Alex is personally very happy to be inside of a criminal organization.
I thought so. As someone who's
it's
played a lot of GTA 5.
True.
As someone
thought-
who's part of Dutch's band of outlaws in Red Dead Redemption 2.
Yeah, this is gonna get a little
Dicey!
Hey listener, if you were going to leave something in that room in the Court of Outlaws hideout, I know what it would be. It would be this podcast, because it's the most special thing to you, I know. Thank you so much for your support. Please follow along on socials at TCGDpod and share this with a family member or friend or a random person you meet on the street. Thanks so much for listening, and we will catch you next time on Wednesday, November 1st for the next episode. Thanks, everyone. Bye-bye.